What's good, YouTube? It's Showtime after here, and today we're reacting to the savior of Pokemon. This is an Ash Ketchum video. I'm pretty sure this is about Kalos Ash. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is from Titan X Owl, and yeah, let's get right into it.
September 26th, 2013. The Pokemon Black and White anime has just aired its final episode and put an end to the absolute dumpster fire that was the Black and White anime.
Thank you.
Very few highs.
I have been critical on the Unova region several times. Like, I have yapped about it for a lot of videos. I absolutely despise Unova. And it's just for Ash in general. It's all because of Ash. Okay? Like, I hate him so much in this region because it feels like everything about him through his IQ and just his team in general, just like, it feels like everything is just nosedive for out of nowhere. It just made no sense.
A lot of lows. Many thought this was it for Pokemon. Ash was regressing as a player, having a career low season, losing to people he really should be beating. And not to mention the Gen 1ers were spread.
Like, I'm just gonna come out and say it. If this was Sinnoh Ash, I feel like he could have won this. I really feel like he could have won the Unova League if this was the same Ash that was in Sinnoh. Sinnoh Ash would have won this shit easily. Unova, that was a whole different person.
Their anti-new game propaganda, with Black and White being some of the most hated games on release. Like, y'all really mad over the fact that y'all can't use Kanto Pokemon in a new game. Like, that completely beats the purpose of a new game. It seemed like the series had run its course. The excitement from the Gen 3 and 4 era had worn off, and no one believed in them anymore. But little did we know, Pokemon was about to enter new heights that no one has ever seen before.
We got Kalos Ash.
Alright, y'all, enough with the gimmicks. YouTube been trying their hardest to keep me from getting this 100K plaque, so time to pull out the all reliable. My yearly mandated XY/Greninja Glaze video. Let's go! Pokemon XY and XYZ are the most important seasons of the anime. They do things that other seasons could not have done if put in those exact circumstances. Without these seasons, the anime is just a one-hit wonder trying to get back to their glory days. AKA Balthazar Brat. Now, you can hate XY as much as you want, and I couldn't care less. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But when you start making things up and start lying, now it's just, you can't hide behind the everyone's entitled to their own opinion shield, because clearly you want to start something. To say you don't.
Like, I don't understand why people don't like XY or XYZ. Like, this is probably the best version of Ash we have ever seen. Like, and it's not really close. I mean, maybe like Sinnoh Ash or something. But this is easily the best version of Ash we have ever seen. Through basically everything about him honestly went up by 10. So, like, the disdain for some people not liking him, I just gotta give him a side eye. I don't understand it for some people.
Don't like XY is fine, but to act like it's objectively one of the worst seasons is crazy. Acting like the Decalore Islands arc didn't exist. The entire Johto arc is a snooze fest, and the original season is just straight comedy, and that's it.
Exactly.
They ain't nothing serious.
Then that must mean you're a photographer.
For something that's supposed to be very serious for the story, whether it's a gym or league battle, it was treated like a comedy fest half the time.
Exactly.
You find that crazy? Now, I'm not
like we have not really gotten serious battles until like Hoenn and shit. Like, and I don't understand why some people hate some of X, Y, and Z. That's one reason I don't understand it. We have seen way worse versions of Ash. Kanto was just a comedy act. That was just for show. They was just laughing around left and right and shit. Johto was so boring. I don't understand how so many people glazed Johto. It was so boring. And Unova, I don't even need to say anything for Unova. We already know it's trash. So I don't understand it. Like, how can y'all put that over anything that has happened in Kalos?
I'm not saying these are bad seasons.
Nah.
Well, I kind of am. But my opinions shouldn't dictate how you enjoy Pokemon. This video is purely for entertainment and giggle/speaking my mind. So to emphasize the importance of the XY anime, I'm gonna give a rundown on what I think would happen if the XY anime didn't exist, or just Gen 6 as a whole. I don't know, I'm just writing off the dome right now. Also, by the time this video is up, I will officially be 19 years old. Hey,
happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
I don't know how to feel, to be honest. My birthday was 4 days ago, so yeah, I mean, I feel the same. And that's about it.
Man, it's just be happening sometimes with birthdays.
Okay, so XY and XYZ not existing creates a multitude of problems for Pokemon. But what we're going to be focusing on is lore. And a couple side tangents here and there. Y'all know how my videos go by now. Now, Ash has had many character arcs over the course of 25 seasons. But what's important for this video is this area right here. Black and White served as a soft reboot for not only Ash, but the franchise as a whole. But someone must have not understood the assignment, because when they said soft reboot, they genuinely meant soft reboot. Like, they changed everything. It's not the way that Ash looked that pissed me off. It was more so how he acted. You've been running around the world since 1997. It's 2010 and you still slacking this bad?
Yeah, it was about time they aged him
I'm
up.
at that point now where it's not the fact that Ash was losing is what makes Black and White so weird to me. It's how he was losing / performing. The Elisa and Cameron fights are big examples of this, along with Pikachu versus Panpour and Ash versus Roxy.
Yeah, like, it felt like Ash went back to being a rookie, alright? It felt like we went right back to rookie year Ash, even though we're in year 5. Alright? Like, it's like, it's the biggest drop off, because like, it feels like he just regressed throughout everything. Everything about him just either regressed or just absolutely stayed the same. And just made no sense. It wasn't even the fact that he was losing. We seen Ash lose before. It was just how he was losing these fights. It just made no sense for him, and like the time he was actually in when he was actually losing these fights.
Bro was allowed to use all 6 of his Pokemon against Roxy's 3 and is still in a dogfight going down to the wire.
Exactly.
We've seen you at your peak before. What happened?
This
Did
weapon
they erase
free
all of
eats.
your battle experience?
Like, that shit still pissed me off. That's why during like the Weezy video, I called that shit Mickey, because it made no sense. He should not have lost that. This shouldn't even been a contest. Well, it still should have been a contest, but the fact that it went down to a 1v1 made absolutely no sense. It just makes you wonder, what would have happened if Roxy actually used a full 6? He would have lost. Ash definitely would have lost. Absolutely. He barely took out 3. If that's why it's a Mickey win. If she used 6, Ash was not winning that.
The only way someone could defend Black and White Ash is by saying that he took a break between Sinnoh and Unova, since they never said how long Ash was in Kanto for during that time. But even then, how do you go from 2019 Kawhi Leonard to conference finals Chet Holmgren? It doesn't make sense. Where he's a lot more mature and takes on like a big brother / protector role, we immediately go to the more laid back Ash, who is being told to take things slow and appreciate life. Y'all would immediately go, wasn't you just averaging 14 after being named All-NBA? I'ma be so honest, Sun and Moon doesn't hit like it does if not for Ash's arc in XY. To understand Sun and Moon, you have to understand XY. So jumping from Black and White to Sun and Moon wouldn't make sense from a lore standpoint. Ash never showed any signs of needing to relax, or as Ramos would say it, look for the side road. He had his moments of wanting to bum rush every gym in 2 seconds, but he calmed down not too long after. And also his battle style wasn't as aggressive as it was in Kalos, so he wasn't going off the edge all the time. So transitioning from Gen 5 straight to Gen 7 honestly would make it seem like Ash is slowing down even more, and then we get to the design. Not animation, design. Y'all wouldn't believe how many people I had to explain that to. They already did somewhat of a redesign from Gen 4 to Gen 5, so imagine doing that again from Gen 5 to Gen 7. Now it's like y'all can't keep a design like how Shamik Moore can't keep a girl. It would be a lot more jarring for the fan base than when it happened the first time. I have no problems with the Sun and Moon design, but even I can admit it was pretty weird at first. Then we get to his team and it's like, oh my gosh, bruh. I can understand why the Alola team is so loved, but getting this team after this team doesn't work at all.
True.
Because now the narrative around Ash changes. He already gets flack for how he trains his Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Alright, we got Red versus Ash. Alright, we got Red. Shows the star in honor of his father. Was given an empty Pokédex to fill up. Caught at least 150 Pokemon, cloned legendaries, and raised them each. Lost to his rival once, and it never happened again. Had Giovanni disband Team Rocket. Never abandoned his Pokemon. Officially a league champion, even though he didn't want to be. Alright, go shit right there. Alright, that's top tier shit. But we got Ash, who got his Pikachu because he was late. Had a filled up Pokédex, probably because of Red. Yeah, that's probably true. Hasn't even caught them all in Kanto, and proceeds to go to different regions just to replace his old ones. Won against his rival one time, and never happened again. Can't get rid of Team Rocket's stupid as morons. That's actually a good slant. That's actually a good thing to bring up, actually. Keeps on letting them go so they can be happy. Not bad. I guess it's fine. But wanting to be the great Pokemon master, he's not even close to getting there. Which is very true. I mean, all this shit is kind of true for Ash. I mean, this is pretty fair.
And wins battles. Heck, people are still calling his PWC win fraudulent to this day because Leon thought he could take 3 gimmicks at once. So the conversation becomes he needed legendaries to win. He didn't use them in the PWC, but in Alola, a mythical, a space wasp, and the freaking sun god? Really? If we never saw Ash at his peak in XY, these captures would feel a lot more undeserving because, again, you weren't that good in Unova. You had your moments, but you also had your moments. You feel me? Instead of Ash being seen as a decent trainer, he is seen as somebody who was literally handed everything. Now, that statement is true to an extent, because in the original series, he kind of was handed everything, but that narrative quickly goes away once we get to AG. Whether you like Black and White or not, I think we can all agree that they kind of stained the anime's reputation, just a little bit. No, I'm lying. It kind of holds them over. They made Ash a rookie in an era he didn't need to be a rookie in. Like, what part of soft reboot meant reboot his frontal lobe? Because that's how he was moving.
Yeah, like, if we're being honest, he should have never even lost to Trip. Not one time during the show. Like, he should have dominated the whole thing. He should have absolutely dominated over Trip. But yeah, he kept on losing. Like, it took him to the end to beat him. And when that happened, I wasn't thinking, oh, damn, look at Ash taking him out during the big moments, the big matches. I'm thinking, god damn, it took this long to beat a rookie? While you're supposed to be a pro, you're in year 5. How are you still moving like this? Like, that did not feel satisfying. It felt like a finally goddamn nigga moment. It didn't feel good at all.
Coming off Black and White, there was a lot of pressure on XY to succeed, and they did that. Especially with Mega Evolution rolling around, they said, hey, we need everybody to lock in. And they did. Ash is more mature in this season since he's like the big brother / protector of the group, and he does it well. When Zerosic snuck them and kidnapped Clement, Ash was calling the shots, and when they went in the cave with Serena, they hid behind him because they see him as a protector. And not to sound like a broken record again, but he was on the front lines in a region civil war to save the world. Any other version of Ash pre-XY is not handling that kind of pressure. Also, he's the most influential in this series.
He
and
was
it carries
moving.
on into Sun and Moon.
He was
and
moving.
They're more vocal about how Ash has affected them, unlike back in the day where most people were just salty. Now, I'm not saying he didn't inspire people back in the day, but they was a little more salty because they didn't want to admit it. Like Paul, for example. Do you really think Paul would have gone as hard as he did had it not been for Ash? Obviously, there was the thing with Reggie, but you can see it. Ash made him feel something. And had he not been there, he would have just been chilling. Like, I ain't never seen someone go that hard with a Drapion. Am I crazy?
Yeah, that's probably the greatest Drapion I have ever seen, easily.
Back to XY. This is what I wanted to see from Black and White. Let your experience talk. You are dang near a veteran at this point. Brock ain't here no more. It's just you. Anyway, outside of Ash, because I've been talking about him the whole video, the side characters really turn up this time. Clement, amazing. Bonnie, amazing. Serena? Girl. Side note, I'm so glad they abandoned the Brock format with Clement. They tried it with Silent, but it didn't hit. And they tried to make him like a little different, and I'll give him brownie points for that, but Connoisseur, friendship checker much? Like, we got that already.
Yeah.
AI gonna take your job in like 3 months. Matter of fact, it already did. 5 years prior. For a show that people say is just hype moments and aura,
And
these guys give this show.
Oh yeah, also the action in this entire season was also amazing. Like, not even just the Greninja fight, even Pikachu had a good match. Like, I remember the fights against Mega Lucario. Those were great fights. Those were great executions with both sides. Like, it was great to see.
So much life, especially Bonnie. She's literally how all of us would act if we were in the Pokemon world. And y'all worried about hype moments and aura? Are y'all nuts? All in all, XY is the savior of the Pokemon anime and kind of set up a lot of things after.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. If X and Y didn't exist for me, I don't think I would watch Sun and Moon or Journeys. I wasn't too tapped in with Sun and Moon though, even still, but I wouldn't even touched it if X and Y didn't exist. If we just erased X and Y out and just went straight to Sun and Moon, I probably would have just dropped it a long time ago. I wouldn't even care about Pokemon as a whole. Like, I'm pretty sure XY kept me into Pokemon through my later years, because I was really getting ready to drop it when Black and White dropped, because I was just getting annoyed as a whole. Like, I was not fucking with this shit at all. Alright, so thank you, XY, for saving this damn show.
Not saying Sun and Moon and Journeys are only good because of XY. They're amazing standalone seasons. More so for Sun and Moon, the whole slowing down and appreciating life and the small things doesn't hit the way it should had it not been for Ash's arc in XY, and that all culminates in him becoming a champion and eventually world champion. He doesn't get that had he not gone through what he did in XY. I remember watching Zach Toshi like 5 or 6 years ago. Shouts out, love his videos. He actually commented on one of my videos one time, and I was low-key jumping in my room for like 5 minutes. Anyway, I was watching the video about him talking about every version of Ash, and he said something that I really liked. If Ash had gone to Alola before Kalos, he would have breezed through the region and not fully connect with it. That was mad paraphrase, but you get the point. And when he said that, I was like, huh. And they said Shakespeare was dead. This was such a valid statement, it altered my brain chemistry. I already liked Alola, but that sentence made me like it even more. Ash always had that battle tendency, but had it not been pushed to the extreme in XY to the point where he had grown men feeding for him, he doesn't get that, oh, I need a break now. Had it not been for Kalos, he, and let's be real, the rest of y'all, would look at Alola and say, y'all got nothing going on here. Y'all live like this?
Exactly.
But no, we got the beautiful Alola scenery, the amazing people, the freaking goat bird, and that's why Alola is so good. How did I get here? I'm talking about Kalos. Like I said, I'm riding off the dome. But yeah, XY, one of the greatest seasons of all time, one of the most influential seasons of all time, the greatest ideas pitched on a pen, the greatest use of a pencil and a paper ever, came back down 3-1 and made history.
And
before I go, Jalen!
Ah!
What the heck? Are you good, bro? Are you good? I swear, bro was in flow state. I swear,
Jalen Brunson Glaze?
When I saw him yelling at the ref, I said, oh, he want these people gone. Jalen! Oh my gosh! Bro, it was like I was watching Pokémon, bro. I was stunned. This video is dropping the day before Father's Day, I think, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers
happy
and
Father's
father
Day, everyone.
figures
Happy Father's
and
Day.
the freaking Knicks! Anyway, that's enough out of me. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this.
Great video, and next glaze, Jalen Brunson glaze, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, but yeah, I mean, Kalos is amazing, alright? I believe it is the best out of the show, alright? The only thing it was missing was an Ash championship. I want him to win that region so bad. But sadly, we had to wait to Sun and Moon, which is cool, I guess, but like, man. Ash with the Greninja, win that region, man, that would have been beautiful, man. Alright, Tie in XL, yo, WVid, man, WVid, alright.